My boyfriend's cancer battle was ruining my mental health, so I left him. And now I'm running a marathon in his honor. So this was sort of...
This is... I still don't understand why we know about this.
Because
this is something you do, and it's like a shameful part of your past that you don't tell anybody about.
No, the reason, 100% she should be ashamed. She might turn me up just like a tiny bit. But the reason we know about it is because the girls go viral and write their articles.
Yeah, but
she thinks this is
like she
reasonable.
doesn't think this is a bad thing.
No, she thinks this
She's
is like
give me my flowers.
1,000%. Or probably the other option is that she was sort of feeling bad about it, and then she had to maneuver in her brain a way that like she's actually good here, and this is sort of like her justifying,
which is that she's running a marathon that's raising money for the cancer that her.
So this is her like getting her karma back in her mind because she's sort of been plagued by her experience. But she goes, last year he was diagnosed with a rare form of brain tumor at just 37. And with all this going on, the physics teacher, she's a physics teacher, she began having panic attacks and her mental health plummeted. So she decided to end that relationship.
Oh God, that is the most fucking chick bullshit ever. You go, you know what? Your brain cancer diagnosis is really giving me mental health issues, so I'm going to have to leave you while you're dealing with your fucking mental health.
Listen, there's two different sick people here. We're both equally as sick.
Yeah, we're both equally sick. I might be sicker because, like, look, I'm going to have to live with this illness. You're obviously going to be dead soon.
You're going to die, or there's a chance. Yeah, I have essentially like a life illness.
I have a terminal illness, but like I'm still going to live.
I don't get the sweet revenge. I don't get the sweet reprise of death.
Yeah, I don't get to die. I have to just live with this.
So but it is. So to answer your question, it's funny because she releases this being like, I'm being vulnerable.
Yeah.
But then everyone's just like, are you crazy? Because obviously there's probably people that, here's the question too, right? If you're with someone, right? And they have like, this crazy, like, going through cancer. I think the biggest part of the question is how long you've been together. If you're with someone for like a couple months and they're going to, they're going through like a 3-hour count, you're like, okay, well, this is her parents' problem more than mine.
Yeah. Like if this is a couple months, you're like, I didn't know if I was in this for the long haul. But if you are like, okay, we were going to get married or we are married.
We're 5 years in.
And then you're like, okay, I've been given like a 12 months. You gut it out. Also, you're just like, you're thinking already about your next relationship?
And even, there's two parts of it. Because one of them is that, yes, obviously there might be some part of you that thinking like this is a pain in the, this sucks.
Yeah.
But you
also
know you'll be the villain. It's like it's the most villainous shit to do to leave at that time.
I mean, again, it's like, why are you're so like, what do you have yes men all around you where everybody's like, yeah, this is a good idea. You want to make this part of your identity.
No, she probably because she probably cut out anyone who's not looking out for her well-being. You know what I mean?
This is fucking crazy. Like when people do all that shit where they're like, oh, we're going to ruin someone's life over like being like a Karen or something because you're like at a park and you're like, this is way worse than that. Like her employer, if she has an employer, like that is where your employer goes, you're fucking fired. Like, are you kidding? We don't want someone who like this working here. It's nuts.
This is something that if you were going to do that, if you were trying to leave, you need a way better excuse than fucking my mental illness.
Imagine you go, wait, this is why we gave you mental health leave? Because you needed mental health leave because your boyfriend had a fucking brain tumor?
And his brain tumor has been causing you to spiral. Also, can you imagine just like having brain cancer and your girl like one-upping you with her problems? You know what I mean? You're just like, oh, this chemo has really been...
Like she starts making it about her.
You think that chemo is bad? I couldn't get out of bed today. And you're like, I actually can't get out of bed today. And you go, me neither. Move over.
Yeah, I will say, though, the way that the dude handled it is super bitchy. Like, I hope that they removed that part of his brain, and that's why he's being such a bitch
because he stayed friends with her after?
She went and ran a marathon. She showed her things. She's like, I'm going to go. I'm not a runner, but I'm going to go. But he was a runner, I think. And she's like, I'm going to go run this marathon to raise money for brain cancer because it's what he had. And he's like, he went to the marathon to cheer her on.
This guy was supposed.
But my only hope is that they remove that part of his brain because he had a surgery to like remove the tumor, and maybe like they remove that part of your brain that doesn't make you a huge bitch.
I'll tell you. Here's the other part of it. Is that also, I think it's probably closer to what you're saying, but like I like to reserve hope on the guy's side always that there was a situation where he was trying to get out of the relationship and then the cancer thing happened and she was like, oh, I'm getting mental health. And he was like, you know, if you have mental health, you know what I mean? And he's kind of like, I'm going to beat this thing and my life's going to be better than ever.
Right. And maybe that gave, because maybe like if he was with her, he's like, I don't honestly want to live. Like that was actually
he started thinking about all the possibilities.
Shit. He's like, if she leaves me, then like I could beat this thing and I can get a chick who's not a total psycho bitch.
I might be fucking cooking.
He's like, he really did have a new lease on life in a crazy way because he's like, fuck, I'm not gonna be stuck with this.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, if I beat this cancer right now, there is a world of snatch waiting for me that's not this psycho.
Damn, man.
The funny part too is just like dropping off. He did beat it, and then also, so props to the boy, and then also just her dropping. Like it's like I'm raising money for cancer research. Like, do I get any of it? It's like no, it's just for like in general.
Just research. Yeah, it's not for you.
He didn't raise money for him going through all his stuff and all his bills. It's just sort of general money. Also, what hasn't been said in the article is how much money she raised. $50.
How much? Yeah, I was wondering how much money.
How much money could she have possibly raised?
I mean, if it wasn't like literally 6 figures, like there's just like that could maybe take a little sting off of it.